you look at these two beauties, yesterday's video was on that. Let's get over here to this guy. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Project Explorer, episode 33, and today there's no mods. Typically this is a long running thing in the series, as I only have like several episodes worth of mods. I want to say 13, 15, 18, and 21 were the mod episodes. I might be wrong on a couple of those. Today though, we're talking about the Sport Track once again, my daily driver, which I still wish was this sometimes, no offense truck, but let me tell you guys a little bit of some cool stuff I've got going on for it. So a lot of you guys know I've been wanting to lower this truck since I got a hold of it. The wheel gap here, I can literally fit my head in, sort of, as you guys can kind of see. So yeah, wheel gap is a big issue with this truck, and it's finally getting resolved. My dad is looking for someone in the West Georgia area, preferably Douglas, Paulding, Cobb, or Fulton County, somewhere in that zone, that can hook us up with custom U-bolts for the back end, because that's where the real wheel gap issue is out back. It's got freaking monuments. My entire like car photo fist test in here definitely passes, but it's finally getting resolved. We just need to get U-bolts for the back, and we're all set. Up front, we're doing a torsion twist. So I know what you all are saying when it comes to truck people. Torsion twists are a horrible idea, blah, 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 it'll ruin your ride quality, whatever. I understand that, and I'll probably be replacing the shocks to kind of alleviate that. But yeah, so what else do I have planned for now? A lot of stuff's been done. I've done practically all I can to this truck, right? Wrong, actually. I've been throwing the idea around for several months of investing in a supercharger. Now, obviously, I don't have the money in me right now. It's part of the reason why I started monetizing, guys, was to kind of start opening money ideas up to, you know, eventually be able to fund something like that. Can't do it right now, obviously. I'm broke. I've literally only made like $1 off of YouTube. So, the kid I'm looking into, I apologize for the dog barking off in the distance. We don't know what's going on with that, and it's kind of annoying. One thing I hate about this neighborhood, but that's really the only thing I hate about this neighborhood, really. Besides whoever reported my truck, whoever that was kind of a douchebag. But anyway, Vortec is a company that makes what's called a centrifugal supercharger. For those who don't know what a centrifugal supercharger is, it is essentially a belt-driven turbocharger. If you've heard of Pro Charger, you know that's a centrifugal supercharger. And Vortec makes a kit for around $3,000 or so, give or take, that bolts up to a Ford 4-liter, which is what this truck runs on. The single overhead cam motor, that's dual overhead cam. I need to stop comparing this two, but anyway, yeah, single overhead cam motor, centrifugal supercharger, makes a lot of wheel horsepower in this truck. Now, of course, my buddy Michael is also throwing the idea of supercharging his 4-liter project, as I like to call it, SRT6WJ. Let's get that hashtag trending, and maybe he'll start doing a series on it. He stopped by coming back to YouTube, so that's pretty cool. That was a horrible idea. Yeah, so that's an idea I've had. This is really distracting me, I'm sorry, but really though, not a lot of stuff's happened since I got the windshield banner on. We've got a lot of cool stuff planned with getting possibly LED bulbs put in on the back. I'll kind of show you guys. These things are not bright whatsoever. Basically, these taillights, the CG lights that I bought, and I purchased them in episode 12, and then I believe they were episode 13 or 14 when I got these put on. These use the stock housings. These are the same bulbs it had in the old taillights, which are in my house actually in a box. These are the same bulbs I had in that. I definitely wanted to put LEDs in there, and I want to see about doing something with that, because I know that's a reflector, but I'd love to get like an actual LED put in there. Other taillight, the same story, not very bright, and something I want to work on. Plus, I wanted to get an LED strip down here that blinked with my blinkers, but that's not going to happen because it's really pricey. This one's actually got, I think the other one's got 2 reflectors actually too. Yep, it does. I just wasn't paying attention. As you can see, the ST badge in the back is holding up well. It's got like a little chip on it. The other one has a chip as well in that same spot. I got a decal I need to remove, the Medusa Motorsports decal, for the reason that it's already tearing apart already, and it just doesn't look good, and I'd like to get my back window back. Because it's been getting peeled up by the window. It's not even the heat or anything that's drying it up and making it chip or whatever. Literally, my window has been peeling it off, which is something I was told wouldn't happen, but it did, obviously. Goodness gracious, that's annoying. But I also want to upgrade the brakes. The brakes on this truck, as you guys can see, with these 20s, they're 1, super noticeable, and 2, super small. And I wanted to upgrade to get bigger rotors because, quite frankly, this truck is notorious for not having the greatest of brakes. And quite frankly, I want to get new brakes put on so this thing stops on a dime. course, my number one plan, besides the supercharger and getting this 4-liter rebuilt, and possibly even swapping it at some point, I'd love to put a 5-liter Windsor in it. There ain't no way a Coyote swap's happening on this sucker. The Coyote will not bolt into this whatsoever. It'll be, if I wanted to put that motor in, it'd be a lot of fabrication, a lot of wiring work. It would take months to do, and I'm not about to do that on a car that I daily drive. I'm customizing this to make it look super good, but at the same time, it's not like it's gonna be a show car or a race car or anything like that. If I'm gonna put a fast engine in a car, it's gonna be something like a track car, hint. But really, I don't have a lot of stuff I can do to this left, to be honest. There is still a lot of options. You know, cold air intake is coming soon. That's going to totally happen because, one, my air filter in this is already bad. Is that a new scratch on my hood? I hope that's not a scratch. It is. That's great. That'll be annoying to deal with. But yeah, you know, just putting the cold air intake on because the airbox has already gone bad. I need to get a new one as is anyway. Valve cover gaskets, that's been the cause of my oil leak, in case you've been wondering. A lot of you guys who've seen the truck in person know it leaks oil and all that crap. It's kind of a long-running meme now that I overfilled the oil, and believe it or not, when I actually did the Project Explorer 31, which was checking up on the leaky 4-liter, it was back to normal levels. So it took, see, I did that in December of last year, so that was Project Explorer 1, and it's just now getting back to normal levels, so that's crazy to think about. Wasp just flew in my garage and it's not coming out. But yeah, so really that's all I can say about it. Really is there's a lot of stuff I still got to do with this thing, and it's still going to be a project in progress. Little thing I need to take care of is the plates on the inside of this badge. As you can see, it's chipped up as well. It's a little dirty actually, it looks like. Good night, that's gross. Yeah, that's dirty. The paint might be fading on it, I don't know. Yeah, it's dirt. It's coming up real easily. It's chipped a little bit. Obviously, it's on the front of the truck, and the plates aren't rusting, so I'm either gonna possibly have to replace the front badge soon, which I really don't want to do, because getting that thing in, it was easy, you know, it wasn't too hard, but the weight on it took forever, and driving it without a front badge, it just looked funny, because it's kind of characteristic of my truck. So yeah, another thing I've been debating doing, even though it hasn't caused any problems, is my windshield wipers. I might get shorter blades because it does hit that windshield decal pretty much every time I hit the windshield wipers. And I'd like to get it to where it doesn't, but at the same time, it's not like it causes any trouble that it hits it, it's not peeling it or anything, because that decal is sticky. Because if you guys watched the episode 32 where we put that thing on, it was a pain in the neck to put on in the first place. But yeah, so I'm getting this done now because Michael's coming by later this afternoon. I don't know if we're going to do any of these sort of videos today. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Project Explorer. Like I said, there is stuff coming for it. I'm running out of ideas though, so if you guys have any sort of crazy mod ideas for a street truck, keep that in mind. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be like, why are you making a street truck, blah, blah, blah. And it's because I want to. It's what I do. I don't like lifted trucks very much, even though it's kind of a bit of blasphemy from where I live. I live in the country. So if you guys have any sort of ideas for that, I know HIDs have been tossed around. I know intake and stuff. I've already said the intake's happening. But if you got any sort of other ideas for the sport track, for mods, let me know. Because eventually, like I said, I'm probably going to deal with this badge problem because the paint's either getting destroyed on that front badge or I'm going to have to replace it, or hopefully it'll just clean up fine. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'm probably going to fight for this guy again soon because I just love this car to death. It has been a part of my life for 10 years. It doesn't move, and I really just want to, get custody of it again. So that may be something I try to fight for again soon. I know I've said that before. The first time I tried, it failed. My parents were just like, you don't need another car right now. And they're not against me getting another car now. They know that I've been wanting one for so long, and they know it'd be kind of cool to have, but they won't let me buy one because we already have enough cars here as it is, and we have a lease that limits us to cars, and we're already at that limit. So yeah, it's a big mess, but like I said, I might try to fight to get it back because this is a car, like I said in yesterday's video, revisiting my first car. This car means a lot to me. And, I've been daydreaming all day about what I could do to it again if I got it back. I know this camera angle's kind of crappy, my arm's sore. There's just so much. I know this kind of changes the topic of Project Explorer. I mean, it's about the truck. But, this is a car I fell in love with from a young age. And I'm just don't want to let it go. And it's been sitting for well over a year now. And you know, I mean, who knows what will happen. But anyway, thank you for tuning in this episode of Project Explorer. Probably going to make another video here soon called Defending Lowered Trucks, because it is kind of a thing out here, and especially where I live. Everyone hates lowered trucks. I have friends that can't stand them. I've gotten crap before for wanting to lower a truck, and I feel like it's worth making a video on to kind of show you guys really why I decided to lower a pickup and why I think they're cool. And basically that they're just trucks that are just dropped instead of lifted. It's just the opposite. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon.